Attention, ladies and gentlemen. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with you all to start this masterclass about root cause analysis. Please, on a scale from 0 to 10, how is my audio? Mainly my audio. I hope you all can hear me okay. Root cause analysis, probably the most important topic in the Lean Six Sigma body of knowledge. All problems have root causes. You may argue that it is hard to find the root causes for many problems. You may argue that for some problems it is even impossible to find the root causes, but all problems have root causes, okay? And today I'll be talking about segmentation, the importance of segmentation in the context of root cause analysis, okay? And by the way, I do consider that segmentation is the core concept, the core element for root cause analysis, okay? So just once again, if you can just tell me on a scale from 0 to 10, how is my audio? Please, please, please. Mainly my audio. Normally I run these sessions on Tuesday, but today I am running on Monday because there is a chance. We still don't know, let's see. There is a chance, I don't know if I told you guys, my wife is pregnant. Our first child is coming, Arthur is coming. There is a chance, the probability is not that high, but there is a chance that he comes tomorrow, There is a chance. If not tomorrow, probably on the next Tuesday, So that's why I am running this session on a Monday, yeah? And once again, thank you guys, yeah. And I hope it is okay for you this beautiful Monday, October 9th, 2023. Yeah, it is crazy to think that the year is pretty much coming to an end, almost coming to an end. We are starting the last quarter, yes, of the year. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so very much. Wonderful. So, how familiar are you with the concept of y as a function of x? Y as a function of x. So type here for me on a scale from 0 to 10, how familiar, how comfortable are you with the concept of y as a function of x? Y as a function of x. So take a look here. Yeah? Y as a function of x. And what is y? What is f? And what is x? Yeah? Y as a function of x. What is that? Yeah? Thank you guys. Thank you, Ricardo. Obrigado. Thank you very much. So, and once again, the main reason for me to run these master classes is pretty much to improve and to increase the chances of you being a well-succeeded belt. I believe I have here white belts, yellow belts, green belts, black belts, master black belts. The main reason for me to do what I'm doing here is to maximize the chances of you being a well-succeeded belt, right? And a well-succeeded belt must understand that processes can be described as transfer functions, equations, modules, y as a function of x. In the context of continuous improvement, I am talking about which factors x or x's impact my response in a way that is significant. Yeah? So I want to understand how does the quality of the raw material, or simply how does raw material, how does machine, how does method impact quality of a product or a service. Yeah? And so I can argue that y, the response variable, we do have pretty much quality, delivery, cost, and safety. Yeah? Pretty much that. Quality, delivery, cost, and safety. Yeah? Or if you want to summarize even more, you can argue that everything is about quality. Because quality is the degree in which a product or service meets client's requirements. Yeah? So if you think about this product here, I can check the degree in which the characteristics of this product, the characteristics are meeting my demand as a customer, my needs. Yes? And so I can include there other elements. For example, delivery. Yeah? So that's why many authors argue that at the end of the day, it's all about quality. Yeah? It's all about quality. So let's think of a very simple, and by the way, let me use this beautiful engagement in our chat. Can I ask, let's do an exercise here together. May I ask you to write down in our chat a problem, but please do not be so specific about something from your industry. Try to be a little bit more general. It can be a problem associated to a product or a service, yes, but if possible, just in general, a problem, for example, on a pharmacy, on a gas station, on a bakery, on a restaurant. And why? Because then we can touch a much larger number of people. Yes, if I start talking here about net sample compliance, yeah, I love that. So let's take the example from Josephat Kamal, hospitality guest satisfaction. Beautiful. Yeah, a compressor failed to start in a manufacturing plant. That's a good one too. These are two amazing examples. Yes, I will take the hospitality guest satisfaction, yeah, just because it is easier to understand. Probably many people don't know what is a compressor. Yeah, but hospitality guest, if we think in a hotel, yes. And by the way, let me use the name JK Hotel. Yeah, Josephat Kamal Hotel. Yeah, and then we have as our y, as our response variable, or if there are any green belts or black belts here, we can call this a CTQ. Yeah, a CTQ. So hospitality guest satisfaction, hospitality guest satisfaction. Hospitality guest satisfaction. Yeah? Beautiful. Wonderful. Wonderful. So if we are talking about root cause analysis for hospitality guest satisfaction in the JK, the Josephat Kamal Hotel, yeah, on a unit, let's suppose in Rio de Janeiro, yes, I am considering that we do have historical data and this data is reliable. Do you understand that? When we are talking about root cause analysis, I am already assuming that this problem is relevant, defined, relevant to the business, relevant to the customer, and that we have a good picture of the size of the problem, yeah, and this data is reliable. From 0 to 10, how much are you following me? Yeah, and here, Josephat and everybody, I'm gonna assume that this is a continuous data. Very likely in a real life, it will not be a continuous data. It will be an ordinal, discrete data. For example, a score from 0 to 10. But because of the technique that I want to show you here, we are going to assume that this is continuous data, okay? Marcelo, what's the point in being discrete data, ordinal from 0 to 10 and the continuous data? Well, the tools are different. If I have discrete data, I have a certain set of tools to use. One proportion, two proportions, binomial probability distribution, for example, chi-square, yeah? If I am talking about continuous data, I'm talking about one sample t, two sample t, ANOVA, yeah? And once again, here I'm gonna use, I'm gonna consider hospitality as continuous data, yeah? This is a kind of a simplification, maybe simplification just for learning purpose, okay, just to keep it as relevant and to be honest, as simple as possible, okay? Hospitality guest satisfaction. So I hope to see something like that. And again, if you are not very much into Minitab, not a problem. By the way, type here, where are you in the Lean Six Sigma journey? Where are you in the Lean Six Sigma journey? Are you a white belt, a yellow belt, a green belt, a black belt, a master black belt? I am doing great, Evans. How are you? Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure to have you all here. So, let me put here hospitality guest satisfaction. Yeah. And then I'm gonna generate here some data. And again, let's consider that this is a score from 0 to 10. Yes. And then we have this data here. Then we have this data here. We got 100 data points. Yes, 100 data points. And we have here a graphical tool that presents our data over time. So remember that what I am proposing for you is, if you wanna be an amazing problem solver, you must master root cause analysis. And if you wanna master root cause analysis, You must be addicted to segmentation. You must think in terms of stratification, segmentation, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And one of the most important types of segmentation is based on time. You must plot your data over time. And you must ask what happened? What happened on these days here where this hospitality guest satisfaction was clearly higher than in those days? Who is following me? Please tell me if you understand that this stratum here is different from this stratum. This segment here is different from this segment. And I must investigate what happened in terms of X, in terms of factors, in terms of input, in terms of material, method, machine, manpower, on the days where we had high satisfaction, and what happened in comparison to the days when we had low satisfaction. From 0 to 10, how much do you understand that? You know, and let me do something here that I believe it will be even more interesting. Yeah? So I need to understand what happened in these days here, for example, when the satisfaction rate was above 8. See? Above 8. So what happened here? What happened here? Yeah? Above 8. With these days. And by the way, there is a function here in Minitab where you can split your worksheet. Yeah. Oops. There is a better way to do that. Let me show you. Subset worksheet, and you can use brushed rows from a graph. You know, you can include just the brushed rows, the data points, and put on another worksheet. Better performance. Yeah. So see, I am subsetting the worksheet using only the brushed data points, and I'll create here, yeah, another worksheet that I will call hospitality guest satisfaction, but this is better performance. Yeah, better performance. And I can do the same. I can do the same with all the cases where the satisfaction was below 6. Yeah? And I can do the same. Data subset worksheet. And I'm gonna call this better performance. And then here, the worst performance. Yeah. So I have here two very different segments. Type yes if you are following me so far. Yeah, you can call good extreme and good extreme or best extreme and worst extreme. Yeah, best extreme, best performance, and best and the worst performance. Yeah. Are you following me? Yeah. And now that we have, yeah, I'm glad to know that. Now that we have data points with my best performance in terms of hospitality, guest satisfaction, and the days where we had the worst performance, what do I do? Now it is time to think, to reflect about the 6 M's. 6 M's. So I'm talking about machine. I'm talking about material. I'm talking about, I don't like this expression, but it is very popular, manpower. It is really people, manpower. We are talking about method. We are talking about measurement systems. And we are talking about Mother Nature. Mother Nature is really environment. Environment. Mother Nature. And why should we use these 6 M's? Because 6 M's will help us doing two things. Going to Gemba, I need to go to the JK Hotel. Guys, we must go there. We must go there and observe the process and smell the process and talk to the people. We must go there. We must walk the process. And we must collect data to perform few statistical analysis. And once again, here I'll be showing a technique called two sample T, because I have one sample that is the best performance, another sample that is worst performance, yeah, and I wanna check if this difference is statistically significant, but in comparison to factors at different levels. Factors at different levels. Yeah, for example, maybe JK had a problem on the air conditioning. JK knows that there was a problem on the air conditioning, AC. You can argue that this is a machine problem. It is a machine problem. Oh, really? Really? Now show me the days when the air conditioning was not working. If these days when the air conditioning was not working in Rio de Janeiro, that is extremely warm, It's summer all year long. If the days when the satisfaction was low were exactly the days, or pretty much the days, when the air conditioning was not working, and the days when the satisfaction was the best, the air conditioning was working. Air conditioning may explain may explain and may be the root cause of the problem. From 0 to 10, how much are you following me? How much are you following me? So if I come here and I see that for worst performance, yeah, let me put here, let me call this root cause analysis 1. This is our root cause analysis 1. I have data from best performance, yeah, and I have here AC. So here it was working, working, and here is worst performance, yeah, and let's suppose I realize here that it was not working. It was not working, yeah. Yeah, this is RCA 1. This is RCA 1. And honestly, in this case, it is kind of easy. In this case, it's kind of obvious. It is kind of obvious. A scenario like this is very rare to happen in real life. It is very difficult to have a scenario like this in real life. Normally, it doesn't work like that. It works like this. Take a look. You have here sometimes for 5.4, the AC was working. See, the AC was working and the customer scored as 5.14. You know, sometimes here it was working as well. Here it was working as well. And to be honest, we had a situation when we got a score of 8.7 and it was not working. We had a 8.2 and it was not working. See? So normally it works like that. It's not like perfectly segmented. Normally not. Yeah? Wonderful. So, you must be crazy about running these kind of analysis. What else can be impacting hospitality guest satisfaction in a hotel? You guys tell me. You guys tell me. What else can be impacting? What else can be impacting? And what am I doing here? I am going to Gamba and I am talking to the experts. I'm talking to the employees. For sure, I need to talk to my customer as well. When you go to Gamba, you definitely need to talk to your customer if possible. If possible. And remember that we have a spoken voice of the customer, yeah, and unspoken voice of the customer. Great example. How clean was my hotel? How clean was the hotel? And we can the root cause for cleanness, we can argue that it may be connected to method, yeah, to method, and it may be connected. No, I'll talk about this later. I'll be talking about controllable factors and uncontrollable factors. Yes, because you can never associate root causes to anything related to customers. I'll say that again. You can never associate root causes, for example, to high demand. Now the hotel is overbooked. The capacity is close to 100%. So that's the root cause. No, no, no. No, no, no. You can never associate anything related to the customer is paranoid. No, this is not root cause. The customer is impolite. The customer doesn't know what he or she wants. You may segment these customers as high maintenance customers, yes, and you may decide not approaching them or only approaching them. But never, 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 never associate root causes to the customer. Is that clear? Type yes if this is clear. Yeah, customer care may be a root cause because we may check that customer care or customer services in general were not working, when we had the low scores. Yes, iron not working, beautiful. So they were not able to guarantee that the clothes were well ironed. Yeah, beautiful, excellent. So we can start placing here different RCAs. For example, let me duplicate this one here. So this is RCA2. And then we can place here, for example, iron. Yes, working or not working. And let me do something here. Iron, working and not working. And probably you guys know where I am going. Yes, I want to show an example of a factor that is significant and another one that is not significant. Let me just place one more as root cause 3. Root cause analysis 3. And let me be very, very general, okay? Very general. And let me see if you guys remember that, yeah? I hope you guys remember. Let's call the housekeeper, yeah, the one that does the bed and everything. Okay, so there's John and Mary. Let me put few Johns here and let me put few Marys here. Okay, Guys, I'm sorry if I am being repetitive, but if you understand this, it may be life changing because this is not only about Lean Six Sigma, this is about problem solving in general, professionally, personally. You know, segmentation is the core element in in all root cause analysis. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of thinking. You start seeing, you know, helicopter view, holistically, holistically. And then you plot your data over time, for example, and after that you select, you stratify the best performances, the worst performances, and you start checking what happened in terms of access, in terms of material, method, manpower. Marcelo, but I don't have any traceability. Maybe you don't have any traceability. Well, you may consider starting tracking your processes right now. Yes, traceability is gold. It is pure gold. Pure gold. Pure gold. Yeah, and then what do we do? What do we do? Well, we may run many different analyses. I want to show one here for you that is called two sample T. Two sample T. Stat basic statistics, two sample T. And then take a look here. I have something that we call p-value, that in this case is less than 0.05. And let me run another graph that I think it is easier to see, okay? It is much easier to see. So any comments about this graph here? Thank you, Jackson. I'm glad to know that. Who else is enjoying? Type here for me one word that translates what you are feeling in this session. Come on. Come on. So I have hospitality guest satisfaction versus air conditioning. Air conditioning. Yeah? So what can we conclude from here? So take a look that when the air conditioning is not working, my hospitality guest satisfaction is really lower in comparison to when the AC is working. Even if I consider this margin of error. Yeah, this margin of error. So this is a scientific evidence that AC impacts hospitality guest satisfaction. This is a scientific, a professional, a powerful evidence to fire the maintenance manager. Just fire. No. I'm joking. And I'll be talking about this, the importance of respecting people, the importance of being hard on process and soft on people. Yeah? So if AC impacts on hospitality, guest satisfaction, it is my function right now to explore this a little bit more. So I go back to Gemba. And I start doing what? I start talking to people, but more specifically to people related to AC. I will go there respectfully, with love, to investigate why on those days AC was not working. And even knowing that I have associated these root cause to machine, yeah, the AC machines in general, yeah, we ended talking about compressor. I am avoiding to talk about technicalities. Yes, I try to keep it as simple as possible. And there was an example about compressor, and I said, no, compressor is too technical. But now that we are talking about air conditioning, we are back to compressors. But let's just say machine in general. I may apply here 5 whys. Why AC was not working on those days. Because there was a new employee. Marcelo was a new maintenance engineer, and I decided to repair the AC machines on those days without talking to anyone. So the root cause is Marcelo. Marcelo, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, because I did not have any procedure. So I just decided that from my heart. So you may argue that the lack of SOP, standard operating procedure, led Marcelo to behave in a way that was not the desired way. And that led to having the air conditioning machines not working on those days. So see that your data may suggest that the root cause is machine in this case, but when you deep dive on this investigation work stream, you may find something that has nothing to do with the machine itself. From 0 to 10, how much did you understand that? In this example, it has not. The machines are beautifully operated. They are brand new. They are beautifully operating. The only thing is that in few days, a new employee, Marcelo, decided to stop the machines to lubricate, maybe, I found out that they were dirty and I wanted to clean. I just wanted to clean the air conditioning machines because I found that they were dirty. My intentions were amazing. But because I had no SOP, standard operating procedure, I was just doing, what my heart was saying. Pretty much that. By the way, you can argue that standardization is SOP, training, and audit. Standard operating procedure, training, and audit. And then you need to do that with the other factors. For example, iron. Then what can we say about iron? Does iron, like iron working, sometimes iron was working, sometimes iron was not working. Does iron impact on satisfaction? Yes or not? Yes or not? Yes or not? Yes or not? It does not. It does not, because even knowing that there is a difference here, and by the way, funny enough, it is not working. Working is a little bit lower. It does not work. It does not impact. Yeah? So, what about. Let me show another factor. Another factor. RCA3. You guys tell me, does housekeeper John and Mary impact or not? Which one is the best? Which one is the best? Which one is the best? Mary is the best, yeah? And John, in comparison to Mary, John is the worst. Poor John. Poor John. John is always suffering. Again, data is telling us that we should maybe fire John. Maybe we should give a feedback to John. But remember to be hard on process and soft on people. Soft on people. Soft on people. Soft on people. So you must, first of all, I love this model, ADKAR. When John operates as a housekeeper, the satisfaction is lower. But is John aware? ADKAR, is John aware of the things that he's doing? Yes, he is aware. Does John have the desire to change, to be better? Yes, he has. Does John have the knowledge? Maybe John is aware that he's not doing a great job. He has the desire, to change, but he doesn't have the knowledge. He doesn't have the knowledge on how, he doesn't have the concept on how to make the bed, on a better way. He doesn't know how to do that. How to clean, he doesn't have the information. Or maybe it's like me. I am aware that I need to kick the ball to the goal when I am playing soccer. I do have the desire to do that. I do have the knowledge, the technical knowledge, but I don't have the ability. The ability. Ability has to do with a natural talent slash practice, constant practice. Yeah? Constant practice. If I spend 1 week without playing the guitar, my performance will decrease. even knowing that I am aware of that. I do have the desire to play in a certain way. I do have the knowledge, but because I'm not practicing. Yeah, so ADKAR, awareness, desire, knowledge, ability. And the last one is reinforcement. Reinforcement, because you need to keep doing this for the rest of your life. It's continuous improvement. Yeah, continuous improvement. So just remember that every time that you are touching the root cause, on a root cause analysis, that you are touching people, you are talking about people, remember to be soft. Remember to be respectful. It's the base of lean pyramid. Remember to be respectful. Even if you find terrible things. For example, one of the possible root causes is the employee being non-adherent to the procedure on purpose. On purpose. Yeah, you may have a problem that is happening because the person, the person has, I don't know, some personality issues. It may happen, but even when it happens, you keep being respectful. Even if you need to fire the person, even if this person has nothing to do with the culture of your organization, you still need to be respectful. Yeah. Wonderful. Guys, so once again, I would love to explore the beauty of segmentation. So once again, a quick recap here. Remember that when we have our data, we have here our data, our baseline. This is our baseline. For example, hospitality guest satisfaction on the JK hotel. Yes, one of the ways to segment is to select here the best performance and the worst performance. Yeah, and then you start checking what happened in terms of 6Ms. Okay, on the best performance, tell me the employees, tell me the shift, tell me the machines that were operating, tell me the type of service that was presented, and segmentation is powerful. So powerful. So powerful. So powerful. But after or in conjunction with the data analysis, you must go to Gemba, smell the process, talk to the people. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. It is always a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you guys here live, or in case you are taking this session recorded. I'll keep this session available here on my YouTube channel. If you liked this content, please give me a thumbs up, a like here. It will help me to reach out, that this content reach out a larger number of people. Yes. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, I will feel honored. Okay? And I think we should end this session with a little bit of music. Is that right? Am I right? think now it is time to check your knowledge about musicals. Yeah? Let me see who knows the name of the song and from which music. No? Thank you guys. Thank you. This one is from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah. This is one of my favorite musicals from Disney as well. And this song is, you guys can check it. It's simply amazing. The name is God Help the Outcast. Let me just share a little bit of the lyrics. God help the outcast. I don't know if you can hear me, or if you're even there. I don't know if you would listen to a gypsy's prayer. It's a gypsy singing this song, Esmeralda, and Esmeralda talking to. I mean, I'll not give a lot of spoiler, but it is Esmeralda supposedly talking to God, yeah. Yes, I know I'm just an outcast. I shouldn't speak to you. Still, I see your face and wonder, were you once an outcast too? God help the outcasts, hungry from birth. Show them the mercy they don't find on earth. God help my people, we look to you still. God help the outcasts, or nobody will. Yeah, I know that somehow I always like to say that when we try to do the right things, it's interesting, right? When we try to, for example, find the root causes or not doing the things just because we want to check the box, we want to do the right things, we want to reach the truth. Maybe sometimes we find a little bit outcast. Yeah, we find ourselves a little bit isolated. Yes, on a world full of politics, of power games, of corporate politics. So I hope you don't find alone. Yes, I hope you understand that you found your family, the family that likes to understand the processes in a very deep way, a family that likes to be as close as possible to the truth. Yeah. So if there is anyone that feels, maybe you are feeling right now as an outcast, maybe you felt like this before, I can tell you that I felt like this many times in my career, many times. Nowadays, no, not anymore. Nowadays, I can say that I found a way to surpass that. But mainly when you are a full-time employee in a corporate, many times it's so hard, depending on the corporate culture, it is so hard to do the simple needed things. I'll say that again. I'll say that again. Many times, when you are a full time employee, depending on the culture of your company, it is very hard to do the simple, needed, necessary things. In terms of root cause analysis, things that will be better for the customer, for the company long term. Yeah, but we are so embedded again into corporate politics, power games, and the ego of the of senior leaders, and it's all about their their promotion, their bonuses. I know it doesn't happen in all companies. I don't want to feel negative. I don't want to sound negative, nor generalize a chronic problem that is corporate politics. But depending where you are, depending in the company that you work for, in your current moment in your career, you may be feeling like an outcast. Yeah, and the Lean Six Sigma maybe an important element to help you surpassing that. Yeah, because we need to focus on the variables that we control. We cannot control the humor, the personality of our leaders, for example. We cannot control that. This is a Z. It's not an X. This is a Z. But we can control what we learn. We can control that, yes or not? Type here for me. Yeah? Type here for me. Yes? We can control things that we learn, especially nowadays. Yes or not? Type here for me. Hello, Celine. Yes. We can control that. It is possible to control. I can go ahead and search online things to learn. And the more knowledgeable I get, the higher my ability, the lower the dependency on corporate. I. Sleep with that. Now we all need to sleep with that. Again, the higher the knowledge and ability on relevant topics like Lean Six Sigma, like Power BI, like project management, like language, English, like Agile, the higher the knowledge and ability on those topics, the lower the dependence on corporate. Do you want to be dependent on corporate? I know there are many advantages of being a full-time employee, but do you? I know that maybe you are on your best moment in your career. You are working on a company that you love, you have the best boss, but are you sure you want to rely 100% on that? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And that's why I say I don't teach Lean Six Sigma, I teach employability improvement. Because I know I know the sensation of a tough Monday. I know the sensation of insecurity that sometimes we feel. I know this sensation. I know this pain. I know this pain. And I have something to tell you. Right now in my life, this pain is zero. I made the decision of investing in myself in terms of knowledge and ability in a way that my results for myself and for my family, these results don't depend on my boss. Check, reflect on how much your happiness, your security depend on your boss, depend on the company that you work for. If your happiness, your security, your family depends on a company, there is something wrong. There is something wrong. And again, one of the things that you need to do is to invest in yourself. Learn things that are relevant, and will make you relevant and rare. And I am not saying that Lean Six Sigma is the solution for that. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is Lean Six Sigma is a very important, one of the ways to be more employable. If you master Lean Six Sigma, if you like this conversation about root cause analysis, about process mapping, about lean, about variation reduction, waste reduction, if you feel that your heart is beating differently with that, if you deep dive that, and if you master Lean Six Sigma, if you master continuous improvement, you will be zero dependent on any company. Your employability will explode, because you can operate as an independent consultant as well, or as an educator, or if you master Lean Six Sigma and you know how to apply these things, I'm not saying that Lean Six Sigma is the only way to be, highly employable or zero dependent on companies. I'm not saying this, but Lean Six Sigma is one very powerful way to do that. It's not for everybody. You must like investigation, you must like root cause analysis, you must like data analysis. If you hate stats, for example, if you hate math, give me a chance to teach you, but even after taking sessions with me, you don't like stats, Lean Six Sigma is likely not for you. But then try to find another way, to be zero dependent on any corporate, even if you work for amazing multinational companies. Okay, and I'm saying this with, can you feel the love? I'm saying this with love. Can you feel the love? I don't want to sound aggressive nor arrogant. Okay, I'm saying this with love. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is always a pleasure. It is always a pleasure. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Kandasamy. Yes, yeah, we will be. I know that sometimes this message is hard to digest, but I want to keep receiving the message that I receive every single day about career transformation. Yeah, I am doing this like online globally for more than 3 years. I do Lean Six Sigma for more than 20 years, but going truly global as I'm doing here, talking to people from all over the globe, it is relatively new, around 3 years, and the number of testimonials is just amazing. It's emotional. It's emotional, and there is nothing uh, more powerful than that in terms of feedback and creating this infinite momentum, and then you don't want to stop that because uh, I feel this pain. I know this pain. I know this pain. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Yeah? And if somehow these words can help you thinking about a strategy and building a strategy to reduce again the dependence on corporate, I mean, there is nothing more amazing than that. Sometimes I walk here on streets on my city in São Paulo. São Paulo is sometimes hard to, yes, São Paulo, when I start walking, it's very easy to find students, and it's amazing. Sometimes they come, they hug. I had an example. This is a little bit emotional. I had an example that I was walking on a street, and let me see how to say this in English. And there was this lady, and I should know her name. And then she was talking about her niece that was my student, and she was, wow, she took your training, she became a certified green belt, if I'm not wrong, green belt or black belt, and with that she changed from the job, from the company that she was working for, to another company, and now she has her own consultancy company. And then she started talking, and then she got emotional, and she had on her hands, I don't know how to say in English, the name is in Portuguese is farofa. She had like a farofa. It says here fried manioc flour. She had a flour, and then she gave to me. She gave the flour to me, and you know what, Professor, please stay with my flower. The impression I had is that she wanted to give like anything, anything. And by the way, the flower was amazing. I should have taken, the contact, because the flower was so tasteful. But this is emotional, right? This is emotional. And I know that maybe it will sound a little bit cliche, but it is more than money. It is more than money. This is more important than money. I want all my students to be very well succeeded and have a very healthy financial life. I wish to all my students to be very well succeeded, including including financially. Amen. Amen. But I wish in the same intensity that you never put the financial driver on top. It is important, but it must be fourth place. Yeah, or maybe as a consequence. As a consequence. Yeah, believe me, I could be spending 100% of my marketing budget on green belt and black belt, just advertising green belts and black belts. I could be doing that. It would be much more profitable for me, much more profitable. I could simply go ahead and come to my green belt, that's the price, and come. Yeah, it would be much more profitable. It was a decision that I made to negatively impact, financially my company and switch the marketing strategy. Instead of advertising green belts and black belts, come and buy my green belt, to certify people for free. I know that the vast majority of the people that do my free white belt, they will never buy anything, they will never do a green belt, but the vast majority. But I still wanna do that. I still wanna do that. I still wanna do that. Because maybe this person 5 years from now, 3 years from now, maybe 1 year from now will realize that the concepts that were internalized fully, completely changed your way of seeing processes, of solving problems, professionally and personally, you know? And I am not complaining. My company is very healthy financially. I'm not complaining about that. Yeah? I'm just saying that the marketing strategy that we use on a financial point of view, it is not the best. It's not the best one. And I am okay with that. I am okay with that. Because I am being paid in a very different way that I do consider very much special. Very much special. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed in this beautiful Monday, October 9th, okay, 2023. I hope to see you again. Okay, if you are a white belt, you know that next Wednesday there will be an important workshop, yeah, on project management. So if you want, it'll be a pleasure to see you there. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Stay blessed. Thank you.